Hi, this is Elaine Chavez, and this is my presentation on Boardmaker Basics. If you're like me, you've seen creations made by others on Boardmaker and said, I wish I could make that. I decided to brush insecurity aside and show you the basics of working with Boardmaker for Windows. I'm making the assumption and taking the approach that you have never used this software before like me, but are interested in taking that first step. Let's get started. Boardmaker is a product of Meyer Johnson Company. It's no frills. I've got the basic one and it lists for $3.99. There's 4 other versions, but they are also more expensive. This basic Boardmaker creates calendars and schedules just fine. The other ones range up to $799. When you buy your Boardmaker package, it comes with 2 CDs. You will need to install the red CD first and then install the second CD, the blue one. Now, on the blue one, the blue disc, it's labeled Supplemental Installer. It states that on the blue CD, install version 6 before running this CD, but it is in rather small print and the instructions are a bit vague. So I just wanted to alert you that there are 2 CDs to install. Now, one more thing I want to alert you to. You can load Boardmaker program on 2 different or more computers and use it on more than one computer, such as one at home and one at work. However, you will always have to have this red CD with you and insert it into whichever current computer you are composing on. It will not work without the red disc. Now, once you've loaded the software on your computer with both CDs, there will be an icon on your desktop like a cartoon man's face. That is the shortcut to open the program. We're going to go to my desktop. This is my shortcut. This is the funny little cartoon man I'm talking about, and we're going to click on his face. This will open your Boardmaker program for you. You will see a bright yellow screen with 3 choices: New Board, Saved Board, or Open a Template. I'm going to choose Template because templates are already preformed for you. And I think they're a little bit easier for the first-time user. Now, once you're on your template, you've got activity pads, communication devices, schedules, calendars, and display. I think schedules and calendars are very helpful in this section because they are used a lot in a classroom or educational setting. I'm going to select the schedules, as I've done here, click on it, and I'm going to use the first choice. It has 4 steps. I'll click on that to open the template. Before we go any further, we're going to locate the Help button. The Help button is the very last button up here in the toolbar. Click on Help and Help Topics. This opens a user's guide for you, and it's very helpful while you're making your Boardmaker project. I'm going to minimize it, but it can stay open. The second thing we're going to do is locate the File button. The File button is in the top left corner. Under it, you will find Open, Close, and Save. Those are 3 very important buttons. But also down here, we are going to find Print and our Print Properties. Print Properties will show you if your board is in portrait or landscape. Portrait or landscape. You need to choose these before you start your project, because once your project is done, you cannot change these. I'm going to click OK because I'm going to stay in portrait. OK. Another reason I like the templates is because I can just delete a button if I think there are too many. Deleting a button makes fewer choices or fewer steps. I've clicked on the button that I want to delete. I will right click on my mouse and hit cut. Are you sure you want to delete this button? Yes. I want to only make 3 choices in each of my 4 steps. So I'm going to click on each of those buttons, the 4th button, cut the button, and yes, that gives me 4 steps, but only 3 parts to each step. Now, if I think that there are too many steps to my problem, I can do the same thing. So I'm actually going to delete row number 4 and only make 3 steps to my schedule. Now comes the fun part. I have my schedule down to 3 steps and 3 items per row. I'm going to find my funny cartoon man up here in the top left corner. He is our symbol finder. I'm going to click on him and up will pop the box of the symbol finder. The first white box is where you can type your word and search. I'm going to type in, just from my keyboard, schedule. In the second field, it is gray and it gives me how many schedules it found. The arrows on the left, I can scroll back and forth. The third box, the third white field, gives me a chance to see if it has a different name. If I use the drop down arrow, I can call it schedule, agenda, or morning schedule. I'm going to make it morning schedule. My morning schedule is going to be the title of my document. I'm going to place it right there. Once I've done that, I will continue to find different items that I want to place in the boxes. I put in bell. It gave me 8 choices. I will click the one that I want to enter in the first box. I will go ahead and complete my schedule by clicking in each box and finding symbols along the way. Now the 3 colorful buttons in the middle. The first one shows you all the items that were found in the search. The second button with the apple on it shows you the categories that we found. The third button with the sailboat will give you an option to change the title of the icon that you choose. You can change the title. It's a bell, but I could put school bell if I wanted to. And I'm going to add that, and I'm going to call it a school bell. Okay. And now it is also be a school bell. The last option I want to show you is the little toolbox in your symbol finder. Right down here. You can change the language, or you can put 2 languages. For instance, if I had second language learner, I could put 2 titles on it, English and Spanish. That would bell and campañana. That would help them to identify the object. I will continue to find icons and click them into the schedule as I want them. When you're all done filling your boxes, you will hit File and Save, much like a Word document. You have a really nice start by 9 clicks of the button to start a schedule. Boardmaker is very fun. I found some really interesting resources at these places. Boardmaker by Meyer Johnson website, TeacherTube, and also the University of Edinburgh.